Hello everybody, welcome to the Reality of Wrestling. My name is the Vote Brad Gilmore. We have an incredible night of action prepared for you in our main event. The Diamonds Championship is on the line. Hyan goes one-on-one with Raychell Rose. That's going to promise to be something that you do not want to miss out for the Diamonds Championship, but we talked about this last week. We have footage that occurred after the show last week, and we have been told that this footage will change the reality of wrestling landscape forever. And we're going to be bringing that to you here this evening on this historic edition of the Reality of Wrestling.
Thom Latimer from Chesterfield, England. Kirby, carry on. What do we know about Thom Latimer?
Thom Latimer is somebody that has made a name for himself in the NWA, currently a member of Strictly Business. He is almost a 20-year veteran, and he is a former teammate of one of the longest reigning NWA champions, Nick Aldis.
Thom Latimer now vying for an opportunity to be one of the rare people to have a NWA contract and Reality of Wrestling contract. Can he win tonight at the Summer of Champions?
Here he is, Brad. This is Kaun, one of the biggest names currently in the independent scene, now vying for an opportunity to earn himself a Reality of Wrestling contract.
Yeah, this is a guy we've heard a whole lot about. A new resident of the great Lone Star State, making his debut at the Reality of Wrestling, vying for an opportunity to be a contracted professional athlete with the Row. Where have we seen Kaun before, Kirby?
Kaun has been all over the world. He made his first mark at the Ring of Honor, a part of the Shane Taylor promotions. We know all about Shane Taylor here at the Reality of Wrestling. He is honestly somebody that should be watched out for in every division. Tag team division, singles division, doesn't matter. Most recently got a tag team victory at AEW Rampage along with his tag team partner of the Gates of Agony.
All right, here we go.
Now there's going to be something very interesting between both of these men. Both of these guys made their names both in tag teams and singles competition. Both men being former tag team champions in their own right. As this first test of strength between both men with the collar and elbow tie-up is telling us a lot about where they stand with strength.
Yeah, they're trying to one-up one another. Both these men proven to be strong as oxens. No one getting the advantage thus far. And sometimes you want to do this to feel your opponent out. Where are they coming from that strength perspective? Will they be able to do more damage to me than I can to them? This will tell you a lot in the early goings of a match against somebody who you've never faced before.
As right now it looks like Kaun may have gotten the first upper hand. Friendly break here as both men want to earn this contract, but they seem to want to do it the right way. Another lock up here, but now Kaun gets the headlock here. And now, if I'm not mistaken, Kaun winning this matchup would be huge because he would be the first superstar that we have at the Reality of Wrestling of Cameroonian descent, Brad.
That would be a first, to my knowledge.
And look at both of these guys having answers for everything that they're throwing at each other. And a standoff.
Yeah, standoff between these two, Kaun and Thom. Of course, people from Cameroon have also proven to to be elite athletes in other sports, the name Francis Ngannou comes to mind. UFC heavyweight champion of the world.
Got him up on his shoulder, just Kaun right now. Thom Latimer, though, able to find an opening, and now, oh, just drives Kaun into the corner. That is shoulder meeting steel on the outside.
Reverse neck breaker there from Thom Latimer. Picks him right back up, doesn't give him any time to recover. That's what a great pro will do.
With over 20 years of experience, you know that Thom Latimer is going to be bringing all the veteran experience here to the reality of wrestling as he goes into the cover. Shoulders are down, but only a 2 count.
Oh! Just stomping on Kaun. Remember, the winner of this match will get a reality of wrestling contract. Something we've done here before. At the road, Booker T likes to see who can grab that proverbial brass ring, for lack of a better term.
Now, as much as we talk about Thom Latimer's experience as a professional here, Kaun has his seal of approval from the one and only Tully Blanchard, as he is a part of Tully Blanchard Enterprises right now. And imagine what that kind of approval can do for your confidence.
Can do quite a bit.
As that cover, only a 2 count to Kaun, as Thom Latimer just seems to be having full control thus far of the Cameroonian superstar. The Row Nation already seems to be taking a liking to Kaun here. Thom Latimer trying to stretch out that midsection, that chest area of Kaun. Probably trying to set him up for that pop-up sit-down power bomb that he is most known for. Has put away many matches like that before. Thom Latimer able to get Kaun back up to his feet. Oh, and he just sends him into that top turnbuckle. Row Nation doesn't seem to be taking a liking to Thom Latimer thus far, as right now he just sending Kaun again into the top turnbuckle. Kaun just collapses, going into the cover, shoulders down, 1, 2 for the contract, no. Kaun trying to show signs of life here, as Thom Latimer sends Kaun flying with full strength into the corner. And maybe that experience right there is starting to show for Latimer, as that contract could just be seconds away from being his. Into the cover again, 2, but no, Kaun able to get that shoulder up. Another chin lock here from Thom Latimer. Able to control the pace to whatever he wants it to be. Thom Latimer still with this chin lock here, as he's now getting a better position here. Kaun trying his best to get back up to a vertical base, but being unable to do so, as the Row Nation starting to come to life here for Kaun, and therefore giving Kaun the energy that he needs. And here he goes. Thom Latimer cuts him down to size again. And now this camel clutch.
This can do it right here. This can do it right here. Thom Latimer might be just a few seconds away from a reality of wrestling contract.
Camel clutch is vicious, and it is fully locked in, as Kaun was able to free his arms here, Brad.
Oh! That'll do the trick. And what quickness.
Thom Latimer may have perhaps gone into the well a little bit too much to where Kaun was able to counter, and that just goes to show that Kaun is he's very quick on his feet. Big shot there from Kaun into the corner. And now Kaun is showing life.
Right hand.
As here he goes.
Oh, wow. Big stinger splash in the corner. Able to go for, oh, another one. Big body drop. And you can tell the spinal cord. That's got to be all right there if he can capitalize. But Latimer trying to roll out of the way. 1, 2, and the foot is on the rope. That is the veteran instincts of Thom Latimer. Knew he was in trouble, was able to roll toward the bottom rope, and had just enough time to get his foot on the bottom to break the count.
Oh, the big elbow meets Kaun in the corner once again. As it's that kind of fire.
Oh, wow! A big spear, and Thom Latimer's 3 seconds away, 2, and a kick out at 2.5.
I was about to say, it's that kind of fire that has earned Kaun major singles victories, but Thom Latimer cut that down to size immediately with that spear. These two guys showing us everything that they've got here. Only one of them can earn the Reality of Wrestling contract though, Brad. Oh! Big right hand there from Kaun, as Thom Latimer seems to be out on his feet. But Thom Latimer able to get a hold of Kaun, sends him into the middle rope. And now, both men jockeying for position here. Kaun, he could be going for it here. He's got him up on the shoulders, Brad. Mount Fucko connects.
Can he capitalize? Can he capitalize? Can he do it? Cover, 1, 2, 3, and Kaun has won a world contract.
Welcome to the flagship of Texas Wrestling, Kaun. You have just earned your spot here on the roster. And as I mentioned earlier, Brad, we officially have our first Cameroonian superstar in the Reality of Wrestling. Only time will tell if he can follow after other athletes from that great nation to maybe become a future champion here at the Reality of Wrestling.
We will see, but congratulations to Kaun here at Summer of Champions.
What was your impression coming here to Booker's, home promotion here in Houston, Texas? What was your initial impression, of this venue and this promotion?
Yeah. Oh, I love it. It's very professional. It's a very good production. Booker's doing it right. They have it made with something like that. That's doing TV so they can learn to get ready to go to the big dance. Because a lot of places don't have TV to prepare for WWE, and you have it here. And that's very rare these days, very rare.
We all know that an accident takes only seconds, but the injuries can last a lifetime. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, a truck wreck, or a motorcycle accident, give me a call. You'll be glad you did. And why would you call anyone else?
Well, here we go. We are live in the World Gym Arena right now here for the Reality of Wrestling. We've got our opening contest right now. We got Matt Vine, Brittany.
Matt Vine, out here, ready, looking set here in the World Gym Arena. The fans are already behind him, so, I feel like he's set to win.
We've already seen him previously at our breakout event where he was in a losing effort against the Godfather of La Familia, but from Godfather to Goodfella, here we go. Matt Vine tonight, hoping to turn his fortune around here at the Reality of Wrestling. Lyons, a man that we have seen here in the Reality of Wrestling a lot before, and somebody who seems to be a little bit full of himself, if you will.
I mean, he seems a little bit full of himself. However, sometimes that kind of confidence can prove profitable in the ring, especially, I mean, we can already see the size difference here, so he's going to need all the confidence in the world.
We talk about size difference here, Brittany, but let's be honest. Johnny Lyons walks around this place like he's 6 feet he's 6 feet tall himself. So, you know, he carries that kind of gravitas around him where he feels larger than life.
I mean, as you should, being here with the Row Nation at the World Gym Arena, anyone who enters the Reality of Wrestling ring is really larger than life, right?
I've got to agree with you there, as we see right there the grandiose...
Look at that little shimmy.
The grandiose feeling of Johnny Lyons here, but it seems like the Row Nation is not taking too much of a liking to it right now, as again, this is going to be our first contest here tonight. And look at that, already telling him that he's short.
Well, I mean...
Is that a smart idea?
Probably not, but you know what? He's in the ring and I'm not, so I'm going to take him as the professional here.
As referee Isaac Bouillon making sure that both competitors are ready to go here in our opening contest for the Reality of Wrestling. But Johnny Lyons taking his time. I bet you that jacket costs a lot of money. He wants to make sure that it doesn't go to waste.
I mean, every single bling on there does cost something. I mean, it gets expensive to have those kind of shiny looking gear there, and playing a little bit of mind games maybe here with Matt.
The bell has rung. This match is official. And just looking at these two, the only kind of difference I feel I could see is just the height difference, I guess, because these both men are pretty much built like brick houses. So I can guarantee you the power game is going to be just about the same.
Now, I've seen Johnny from his beginnings, actually, but Johnny has come a long way in his physique, I have to say. I'm pretty impressed with seeing him here in this ring.
Matt Vine already able to push Johnny Lyons back into the corner. Break there, but Johnny Lyons using that separation to get a bit of a head start, as now he gets his headlock here on Matt Vine. Here we go. We talked about the power game, and it looks like Johnny Lyons just ran into a brick wall.
I mean, Johnny, come on now. Work smarter, not harder.
It looks like he's going to go for it again here, Brittany, but now the power from Matt Vine.
Using that momentum. Oh, the momentum comes back to bite Johnny Lyons, and he's got to sit there and reassess Mr. Vine.
Johnny Lyons very smart to use the ring to create a little bit of separation, but Matt Vine seems to be making some fans here in the World Gym Arena so fast.
I mean, when your enemy is your enemy of your friend, I mean.
That's fair game right there. As now I think we're about to get another lockup, but Johnny Lyons thought of it. If he's already getting if Matt Vine is already getting the upper hand in the power game, it's very smart for Johnny Lyons to try and adapt to that, as we're seeing that here. But now Matt Vine, with just one forearm to the back, has made Johnny Lyons retreat to the corner.
Oh, and saying hello to that turnbuckle, and then to another. Matt Vine introducing Johnny Lyons to every inch of this ring.
And listen to this place, they're already saying one more time.
I mean, there is 2 turnbuckles left.
The energy here is palpable as the third time seems to be the charm, as Johnny Lyons is in a lot of trouble right out of the gate.
He is down for the count. Now, the thing is Matt Vine here should have went for the cover. This might be his downfall.
And that's what I was actually going to mention here, Brittany. Is it a smart idea for Matt Vine to play into the crowd as much as he is thus far?
Oh, back elbow.
And look at this, the athleticism of Matt Vine. He's not only got the power, but he's got the speed to boot as well.
That is impressive for a man of his size. Oh!
Johnny Lyons found his opening, though. Look at that, the low drop kick to the knee. And here we go.
That was smart of Johnny, as in taking a tall man's tree trunks out. That's one way to get him down to the ground.
As now Matt Vine is on his knees here, Brittany. Look at that. Oh! The chop connects, but Matt Vine's still able to fight back as well.
Oh! Maybe not your smartest move there, Johnny Lyons.
Here now we see Matt Vine able to get back to a vertical base. It's now pushing Johnny Lyons straight into that corner here. And this is where Johnny Lyons got to watch out. We talk about the power game. I thought they were going to have an equal kind of power game, but it seems that Matt Vine seems to be the stronger of the two. But Johnny is again adapting well. Another swinging neck breaker there in the center of the ring.
It seems like Johnny is like a slippery snake here rather than a lion, as Matt seems like he has him and then he just wiggles away and finds a way out.
Another swinging neck breaker there. Those seem to be very effective here tonight for Johnny Lyons, Brittany.
Yes, indeed, and Vine's here struggling to get up in the crowd. The Road Nation is not approving at all.
Oh, nice chop there from Johnny Lyons. Connects with a second one that reverberates across the arena here. But now Matt Vine's starting to come alive again.
Blocking Johnny in those punches.
Look at this here, Matt Vine able to counter. Sends Johnny into the corner. Meets him with a clothesline. And now a back elbow. Misses with the clothesline, does Johnny Lyons. Lifts him up.
There he's down.
Drop.
Vine looking to end this, going up and over and down.
We saw that last time from Matt Vine. This time it seems to be more effective as the good fella is starting to come alive here and the Road Nation is fully behind him.
And there we go, up on the shoulders. Oh!
1, 2, 3. Matt Vine is your victor here tonight. That pump handle power slam was all he needed for the victory here tonight, Brittany. And Johnny Lyons is being sent home with an L.
He really is, but we can see here that the Road Nation is fully behind this good fella, Matt Vine.
Gentlemen, thank you for meeting with me on such short notice. I mean, come on, it's no surprise. This meeting should not be a shock to you. My husband has been erratic lately. He owns 50% of the company. I own 50% of the company. And something needs to be done. But I digress. I'm the cool-headed one. I think that you need to stick with me, gentlemen. Put me in charge. I will run reality of wrestling the right way, the proper way, the way that it should be done. Gentlemen, are you with me?
What the hell going on in here? Sound like a damn party going. Sam, what you doing in here, man?
Hey, come on.
What you doing in my office, Sam?
Do you see
Man, what
what
the hell is going on? What the hell?
What do you mean, what the hell?
Jimmy, what you doing in here, man? Frank.
Please do not get in the board members' faces like that. Use some decorum.
What the hell is going on here?
I'll tell you what's going on. Something needs to be done because you, sir, are out of control.
Out of control.
Out of control. Your antics at Reality of Wrestling need to stop, and I need to be in charge. You know what? The board's gonna give me the power.
The hell you talking about? Giving you the power. I got 50% of this company. You ain't taking nothing. You can walk. I don't give a damn where you go. But this right here, Reality of Wrestling, I built this. I built this with these right here. These two hands.
Well, you might as well ball these two hands up and walk on out of here because you know what? The board has seen it. Everyone has seen it. I have the proof.
Ain't nobody seen nothing.
Check it out. What you did to Will all day. Making him wrestle injured in jeans? Not to mention embarrassing yourself at the Sherry Martel Classic. Come on, man, I thought you were better than this. Then you screwed Edge Stone out of a match? Out of his championship? What is wrong with you? Tisk, tisk, tisk. And if that wasn't enough, you took me on that vacation just to cover it all up.
You wanted to go on that vacation. You wanted to go on that vacation for years.
And you took me just to hide your antics. What kind of person does that?
What of it?
You know what? But I have the answer. Oh, yeah. We are going to choose teams and wrestle for control of this company. Team Booker versus Team Charmel.
Team Booker versus Team Charmel.
Yeah.
My team will crush your team any day.
In your
the hell
dreams.
you talking about?
In your
I got
dreams.
gas for every guy in this company. I own them. They work for me. And you know what? You know what? If you want that, if you really want that,
spit it out.
You got it.
Good.
And I tell you what, I'm gonna fire all y'all asses. All right? Soon as I win, Sam, your ass is out. Let's go, Gaspar.
I am so sorry. No one who is in charge of a company should speak like that. That's why, board, I'm so thankful I have your support.
For over 13 years, the King of Solar Screens has been an industry leader, and we proudly use 100% American-made products. Home of the $55 any size, any color solar screen.
Well, what about arches?
$55.
What about circles?
$55.
What about rectangles?
$55.
Any size, any color, installed free. The King of Solar Screens, on time, every time.
Now can you dig that, sucker?
The Renaissance Woman is back at Summer of Champions. She is a 3-time Diamonds Division champion with an opportunity at a history-making moment, Kirby.
You want to talk about the Summer of Champions being the one night a year where we really make history. This match is the biggest and most historic match in the Diamonds division of all time, Brad. Something has got to give here tonight. Either Hyan becomes a 4-time champion or the longest reign in the Diamonds division continues if Raychell Rose manages to retain that championship once again here tonight.
The reign of the Queen continues here at the Row, and we talked about a history. Well, a historian, let us know the history of this night for that woman right there. 329 days, Brad, as of today. This is the longest reign in Diamonds Division history. Any challenger that has been sent Raychell Rose's way, she has been off with their heads one by one. And tonight, she takes on the challenge of Hyan once again. But that victims list is a who's who of people that have crossed paths here in the reality of wrestling, Brad. To say historic would just... There's many more words that I could say about this match, and I can't wait to see who walks out victorious. Either way, it's going to shake the foundation of this division. Of course, 3 times Hyan has held that championship, and she is tied for that record, correct, with Kylie Ray?
Kylie Ray, correct.
And then, on the other hand, you have the longest reign in Diamonds Division history, where she eclipsed Roxy, who many people might know now as Roxanne Perez. And here we go. This is your co-main event of the evening. One fall to a finish. A champion must be declared.
The Row Nation seems to have a clear favorite here, Brad.
That does not sit well with Raychell Rose. Well, you see who this crowd is behind, but unfortunately for Hyan, this is not a popularity contest. Being the most loved competitor in the battle doesn't win you the championship.
As Raychell Rose seems to be one step ahead of the Renaissance woman.
Side headlock here from Hyan. Raychell Rose able to shoot her off the ropes. Oh! Shoulder block from the challenger. Oh! Hyan holding on to the wrist. Raychell Rose able to roll out of it. Boom! Arm drag there.
It is rare here in the reality of wrestling when we see a champion win gold at one event and hold it to next year's iteration of that event. That is what Raychell Rose has done here as she won this very championship. This very reign started just a year ago at last year's Summer of Champions, Brad.
Incredible, just her dominance. And I not that I ever doubted her ability, I just did not see that coming from Raychell Rose to have the most historic reign in the history of the company. Off the ropes. Oh, look at that. Turns her inside out. And the Renaissance woman going to work early on the champion. No.
Only a 2 count there. And what I believe to be the first fall of this matchup. I mean, it's going to take a lot more than that to take down, or to end rather, the longest reign here in this division. Oh, Raychell Rose with a shot there to the midsection now. As here she comes, the Queen of House Rose. Oh!
Double knees to the back. This is your co-main event of the evening for the Reality Wrestling Diamonds Division Championship, one of the most prestigious titles in all of women's professional wrestling, held by competitors such as Cinema, Ivory Robin, Kylie Ray, Hyan, Roxy, Promise Braxton. Oh! Oh, man. Raychell Rose never shy in any regard. Cover here, 1, 2.
If anything, I feel that all of this energy from the Row Nation just fuels her to keep proving them wrong. As you said, we knew that there was greatness in Raychell Rose, but I don't think anybody expected for her reign to last this long. And she just revels in the fact that she still is not liked by anybody here, and she still keeps proving everybody wrong.
And right now, if she can beat Hyan for a second time and defend her Reality Wrestling Diamonds title, in my mind, Kirby Carrion, she would have cemented her legacy as the greatest Diamonds champion of all time. That is another thing that is on the line tonight for Raychell Rose. To put her face on the Mount Rushmore of not only the Diamonds division, but all of Reality of Wrestling.
That is a fact. There's no other way to put it. There was contention for sure, but if she managed to win tonight, it will be undeniable that she is possibly the greatest Diamond here that we've ever seen.
Absolutely. Irish whip from the challenger. Oh, and a body avalanche knocks down the champion, but you see Hyan was injured. She's favoring that right arm, that right shoulder perhaps.
Roll up here.
Looking for a schoolgirl. Oh! Rolls through with a kick to the grill. Cover here. 1, 2. and a kick out at 2 from the challenger.
You gotta wonder if that arm is injured. Will she be able to hook in that beauty sleep later on?
I mean, you're gonna need a lot of upper arm strength for the beauty sleep. Be able to hold your opponent up there and then deliver the slam. Oh! Elevated knee. Shades of the game, cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Raychell Rose trying not to let frustration set in, because she has been so efficient with her victories over the last nearly 365 days.
And you can see Raychell Rose focusing on that arm right now, making sure that that beauty sleep will become an ineffective weapon. But Hyan able to get back up to a vertical base. Ooh, shot there to the midsection of the champion. Raychell Rose able to fire back. Hyan stops the champion in her tracks. The double boot pushes her away.
Hyan trying to head full of steam. Raychell Rose. Wow, the strength from the champion, but a reversal there from Hyan. And now firing with some shots.
Hyan firing up.
Picks her up on the shoulders. Oh, it just slams her down. Oh, and a big leg drop cover. 1, 2, and a kick out.
The Renaissance woman showing us that she's gained this wisdom over the past few years to really come into her own. But right now, Raychell Rose is just firing on all cylinders. She wants to extend this longest reign that she's accumulated for herself. As Hyan, oh, the power behind that drop kick sent Raychell Rose reeling into the corner. Oh, and the CT knee in the corner, Brad.
Here we go. Oh, little Falcon Arrow almost cover. 1, 2, and a reversal. 1, 2, the champion. I thought the champion might have stolen it. Here we go. Champion has the advantage. A spear. But the champion not able to capitalize. Not able to capitalize is Raychell Rose. That is the move Kirby Carry-On that has won her many matches in this illustrious reign. Referee now up to a count of 5. Neither woman inching closer to that vertical base.
And maybe this was Raychell Rose's plan to deliver that spear and then just take a bit of a breather for herself, because she knows that Hyan is one of the toughest competitors here in all of the reality of wrestling.
We got up to a count of 9. Going off with her head. Trying to go off with her head. Hyan, schoolgirl. 1, 2.
And now, oh, the big kick from the queen. What is she setting up for here?
What is she looking for here?
Double underhooks.
Oh, whoa.
The power from the champion. Unleashing new weapons in her arsenal.
And will she make it history? 1, 2, and a kick out from Hyan. A kick out from the challenger.
A courageous effort thus far from the Renaissance woman, but is she gonna be able to deliver a final blow? Right now the queen seems to have other plans in mind.
Just pulling on the hair of Hyan. Hyan, oh, now she's in the tree of woe. Oh, and a chop to the abdomen. Hyan can't get up, but able to get a boot there.
Oh, what is this? Oh! Hyan getting fired up once again here.
Cover, 1, 2. We have a new champion, we don't.
You can see how much this championship means to both of these women. Hyan trying to become the first ever 4-time champion. Raychell Rose attempting to extend this historic reign of hers. Something has got to give, and it's gonna come down to who breaks first.
Cover, 1, 2, inside cradle kick out.
Big shot there
to the ribs, and you heard the cries of pain from the challenger.
Really driving that shoulder blade into the midsection of Hyan is Raychell Rose.
Oh wait, what is going on here? These women on the second row with a big right hand.
Oh, Hyan was able to slip through.
Wait a minute, she's got her. Can she hit it? Can she hit it?
She's hooking the arms. Brad, do we have a new champion?
I think we do. Cover, 1, 2, 3. Hyan did it. For the 4th time in her illustrious career, Hyan is at the top of the Diamonds division.
I said something had to give, and the Renaissance woman laid a siege here to the kingdom of Raychell Rose and has walked away with the crown of the Diamonds division.
The reign that started nearly a year ago of Raychell Rose has come to an end at the very event in which she won that championship. And now, the only 4-time Diamonds champion in history, Hyan, is back as the #1 woman in the #1 independent wrestling promotion in all of the Gulf Coast. And at the Summer of Champions, Hyan walks away with the gold.